Hi, hello, and welcome. Happy Aries Solar Eclipse. I'm Elaine Marolakos Edelson, and with AstrologyMojo, and I'm going to help you get your mojo back. So, what are we talking about today? I just got done working out, really, and my hair was in a big pile bun. Mm. Okay, so we are talking about what does synchronicity look like, because during this time frame, with the Mercury in retrograde in Taurus, with the solar eclipse in Aries, with the lunar eclipse on May 5th in Scorpio. My goodness, we have so much going on. Pluto is in Aquarius, right? But all these things, they don't do anything to you. The sun and the moon, however, are not planets, and we feel a lot more of what the sun and the moon are doing than what the planets are representing. Okay, the planets represent parts of you. Now, someone said to me, "Oh, but I believe we're influenced by everything." Well, of course we're influenced by everything, but we're the ones who make the choice to do what we choose with that information. So, what would you like to do with that information? What is the information? You want to pay attention? You want to create something? You want wealth, health, passion, purpose? What would you like in your world? And how are you stopping yourself from having it? Shall I drop the mic now? Hey, Ricara's here. Hey, Ladybug. Who's on time? No, you're early. You're the first one today. I've got it's not an oracle day, which will be at the end of the month on the 30th next week, but I am going to pull some cards today. Rhonda, you want it all? Okay, you can have it. But wait, where's my magic wand? You have it all. You were born with it all. Now it's just a matter of how to create physical matter with that desire. Hi, Barbie. Okay, so I want to talk to you about synchronicities today. And I hear Sting. Ah, okay, actually, the police. Synchronicities occur when you have aligned body, mind, spirit. When you allow what your higher inner being knows already what you want, and that you deserve it because you exist in pure love, pure conscious love matter. So what's the matter? You're the matter. But you look at a little thing that isn't working, you focus on that and you say, it's not working. That's not what I want. I don't have it yet. Okay, so when you put your energy on the thing that you don't want, that you don't have, that's what grows. Not having. Okay. So it seems backwards because a lot of times we think, oh, we have to work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard. And then suddenly you're 70, you're retiring, you're exhausted, and you get an illness, and then you go and you're off planet and you're like, I could have had a V8. What was I thinking? Well, here's what you could be doing instead. And that is be present, but also keep the thought and the feeling of what you want now. Everything is now. What time is it? It's now. What time is it? Wait a second. It's now. What time is it now? It's now. It's always now. And so every time you think, I'll do it later, it's going to happen later. Well, it will, maybe, possibly. And then a random event occurs and you get sideswiped, or you go to the left and go, oh, squirrel, I'm going to go over there. And then you think, oh, what was that thing I wanted to do? It's not happening. Well, you have to put your energy on the thing that you would like to create. Now, sometimes by the time you get to a certain age, or you haven't taken care of your body or all that, and you're thinking, I want to be a weightlifting champion in the Olympics. Okay, it's still possible. It may take a little longer, right? If you're thinking at the age of 82, I would like to become a real estate agent. Sure, that's easier because it doesn't involve the physical as much. It does involve the mental. You have to focus, study. Why not? You could do it. But if you wanted to be an athlete and win a medal and become a gymnast at the age of 67, when you've never worked out in your life, we look at what is probable, what is practical, what is improbable, what is possible, and we have to apply it to the law of physics and gravity. Okay, I don't know who Tanmoy is, but you look like you're spamming me. So I'm going to say block user, and I'm going to delete. But thanks for stopping by. Goodness gracious. Help. It happens. I'm just going to take a moment now because someone was doing something that doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about. And I'm going to delete that comment and that user. Goodbye. 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 So long, farewell, La Vida, saying goodbye. Okay. And this is where we get sidetracked. And we could I could have had like a reaction, like, hold up, what's up? No, it's not worth my time and energy. I can just as easily click a button. Okay, let's talk about the synchronicities and what's happening right now. I've the past couple of weeks I've talked about the Aries Solar Eclipse, which is happening today. If you're watching this in a replay, it's still in play. The energy is still in play for a few months for a lot of people. And then the lunar eclipse in Scorpio, 14 degrees, 58 minutes, I believe. And then is the Mercury in retrograde in Taurus through May 15, 14, 15, but you need to give it pre and post, because what we see in a retrograde, we see from the perspective of Earth, and by the way, that's the Earth. I don't know why this is looking very orange, but okay. There should be blue in there. We are not on fire, but this is the energy of a solar eclipse, and it highlights what you have been manifesting. Now, if you go back 6 months, because now you're more aware that the eclipses work in tandem, solar, lunar, lunar, solar. Sometimes there's a sandwich and there's 3. And then there's a trailing one at the end of the year. So we've got 2 right now. And then the next 2 are in October of this year. So be so very conscious of what you are thinking and feeling and what you choose to put your focus and energy on, because by the next set of eclipses, what you going to be making? What's going to materialize? That's the solar and lunar. Lunar is feminine, helps you let go, helps you see that you've been there, done that, helps you attune to your frequencies better. Solar is a more masculine vibe, and it's let's make something. Let's do something. Let's get out there. Let's kick it into gear. Or it's an actual masculine person. It could be non-binary, could be trans, could be a female who's very tough. It could be your own masculine self. It could be a message, it could be an email, a book. You could read a book. I don't have any on my desk, but you could read a book by a masculine energy and say, oh my gosh, my mind is blown. Or you take a learning course. And the solar eclipse sheds light on what you're about to create. So it fast tracks this. This is, and I've got 2 sessions left if you are looking to book a session with me for the solar, lunar, Mercury in retrograde combo. It's a combo deal. You get 3 readings in 1, and it lasts. And I talk about how it's going to affect the rest of the year and what we're looking at in the trajectory of what you're creating. What are you creating right now? What do you want to make? If you are, let me say, hi, May. May's here too. If you want to create better health, more wealth, it's all available to you. But a lot of times we think it's a process. It's going to take a while, and it can, and it does, because physical matter is reliant upon your continual focus. Now, physical matter doesn't mean it's all champagne, chocolate, and roses, does it? It means it's whatever you're thinking about. When you obsess about something that no longer serves you, need I say more? When you stay in the place, I'm so happy that on Tuesday I'm getting my hair cut by my old hairdresser. She's back in business because, I feel like I'm wearing a wig. I feel like I'm wearing a wig because I keep trimming my bangs and they just keep growing faster. And that's a great thing. I'm like a Barbie push and grow. Remember those? You push you push the button and the hair grows. Well, oh boy, how old am I? I will be 63 on May 3rd. That's how old I am. So when we are looking at manifesting something and we look for synchronicities, that is your validation. You want to know what you're creating? Look in your world. Look what comes to you. And if nothing is there and it's all peaceful and quiet, good for you. I applaud you. You have created peace. And if you're waiting for that phone call, email, that contract, that the delivery of something from a person, a company, an industry, your higher inner being, then it's en route. All you have to do is allow it. Now, an Aries energy is highly motivated. Today, I started a workout program. I thought yesterday, okay, I went through a health issue a couple of years ago. I became sedentary because then I had osteoporosis, and now I've been going to OsteoStrong, and I've been taking the proper types of calcium and magnesium, not the citrate. That'll help you if you're constipated. But so I got it all down, and I am, according to my labs, I am rebuilding bone. She has the technology. She will rebuild. The $6 million man, the $6 million woman. I hear something. Okay, so now I'm ready to start moving again. I'm walking every day. I just started Meredith, it's called not Shred, Svelte program. And I felt so energized. I got 9 hours of sleep last night. 9 hours in a row. I didn't move. I needed it so badly. And then I woke up kind of groggy and I thought, I'm going to go take a walk and then I'm going to start that program. And I downloaded my paperwork and I already did the workout and I did 5 extra minutes. And I was like, I feel good. I feel really good. As opposed to bad, which there's really no such thing. But you know what I'm talking about. I feel energized and I'm not going to overdo it. This is a 3-day-a-week workout program with a lot of walking in between. This is like, okay, I'm going to harmonize it. So let's talk about synchronicities. Do you understand? Hey, Sasha's here. Nice to catch her live today. Nice for you to be live today with us. By the way, I don't even know, I took a screenshot over the years of all the places that are on my website. No, are in my newsletter. So if you are part of that, you're in the US or you're in England or you're in Poland or you're whatever, but I listed it and I wanted to thank everyone. And I don't know where I put that list. I was out of town and I cleaned up. I cleaned my desk and now I can't find anything. And so I just want to know, where are you guys from, guys and gals, and those of non-specific gender, non-binary? Where are we calling in from? Where are we looking at from? Now, this might be on YouTube. It might be on Facebook. And we're changing all of our infrastructure. My husband is doing all the work to change all of our infrastructure. So that's what we are setting into motion, so that we are taking our time with it. And all the times that I have to go over here to send an email, have to go over here to make sure that I got the payments straight. I have to go over here to do something else. Now we're going to bring it all together into one company. And we're very excited. Oh, we've got Long Beach. Ooh. Where else? Hey, Ronnie's here. Show me, where are you from? Tell me where you're from. I'm in Sedona, Arizona, but I'm just a tourist. So I tell people, they go, when's your birthday? When's your birthday? Oh, you're a Taurus. And I go, yes, I'm just a tourist. All right, let's talk about synchronicity. Synchronicity is when and I'm going to show you this. Synchronicity is when you are aligned body, mind, spirit. And I'm playing with the cards the whole time. And we see here, we've got, I can't point to it. We've got Jupiter is still in Aries, soon to be in Taurus. Sun in Taurus. The North Node. I think I stopped some of the points. Let me see. Did I stop some of the points? I have to see. Let me look at my points. MC. Yeah, let me do the part of fortune, and I will do Chiron. Okay. I thought something was missing. Okay, so we now have Mars in Cancer. So we are motivated in so many ways, especially with part of fortune. Part of fortune is an Arabic part, which is actually Egyptian, and it's calculated in a certain way to show you where you feel most fortunate. So today, on this day of the solar eclipse, and it's not just today, it's been happening for weeks. We're going to feel the light of it along with the casting of the glow of the lunar eclipse on May 5th in Scorpio. But this part of fortune is in Cancer right now. So that means nurturing, self-care. Get your finances together. Where do you feel like you are defensive or offensive? Where do you feel like you are not communicating well? Where do you feel like you're craving dairy or sugar or carbs? And that's where you want to go, because there's something underneath it. There's something behind that that's saying, yeah, I want to hide. We have Venus in Gemini, and we've got Uranus, Mercury, Moon, North Node, and Sun all in Taurus. And the nodes are not planets. They are calculations of the moon in relationship to the earth. And they talk about the North Node is the open door to your future, and the South Node has been there, done that. Maybe you've completed something, a project or a course of study, or you're done with that toxic relationship or that toxic way of thinking or being, or that behavior of binging chocolate and candy and chips at 3 a.m. And now you wonder why you feel like crap, right? So now we're moving toward what you value. That's the door, what you value. And with the solar eclipse, which was 29 degrees and just seconds away, happening yesterday and this morning. So now we're in Taurus, but we're still feeling the Aries solar eclipse, and we will for a while. And so what is motivating you right now? When I look at Pluto in Aquarius, I see a lot of squares, and the squares represent conflict, but that propel you toward transformation, that help you to move towards something. So remember, when I show you all this stuff, it doesn't mean these planets or these aspects are doing something to you. I'm looking at the collective of wanting to have better value system, of wanting to be closer to the earth. Now in the Southern Hemisphere, folks are entering into autumn. So maybe they're doing some autumn cleaning, or the leaves are falling and they're cleaning stuff up, or they're pruning. They are taking care of the things that will promote growth. Just as in the Northern Hemisphere, we are taking care of the things that also promote growth. A garden or planting new seeds. Now, when you plant a seed energetically, you're planting a seed of intention. And it takes just as much time for you to plant a physical seed, nurture it, care for it. Mars in Cancer, North Node, a part of fortune in Cancer. It takes that much energy to give it the time it needs to develop, because this is a 3D world, also 4D. Fourth dimension is that reality of consciousness awakening. Fifth dimension is you understand that you've heard people say, you've heard me say this, got to think outside the box. That's 4D. That's fourth dimension reality. Fifth dimension reality is, honey, there are no boxes. The spoon is bending and there is no spoon. Okay. So think about what you'd like to make practical with all this earth energy. What would you like to make practical? How would you like to transform your life, your body? And depending on where all these things sit in your chart, if you were a Cancer rising sign, this is what basically your chart would look like if you were a Cancer rising sign. If you were a Gemini rising sign, then this is what your chart would look like. And this would be in the 12th house. This would be in the 11th house. If you were a Taurus, you got this going on all in Tauri. If you are an Aries, we're looking at finances and worth. And that's how we look at astrology, is more through the rising sign. So if you know your chart, look at your chart and see where the Aries 29 degrees eclipse is occurring. Mine is in my 3rd house of communication. It's right on top of my Mercury. And so I am keen to, and I'm bringing this back to synchronicities, I am keen to see the perceptions of things and how, when we are body, mind, spirit, let me just get rid of that, we are in sync. And when we are in sync, it looks like magic. So let me give you an example. I visited my kid in Portland last week, and we had a lovely time snuggling, watching shows, laughing, playing games, going shopping, going eating. It was just the best. And so I decided to go to, I'm not a big coffee drinker. I do like Swiss press decaf, and I'll add a lot of mushroom powder to it and a lot of cinnamon. And I make like what I call a mountain drink, and like all the rhodiola and like herbal powders that go well with the flavor of coffee. Even though I put like mostly cream in my coffee. I put a little coffee in my cream. That's how I look at it, because it doesn't sit well with me. But anyway, I went to this place called the Barista because my kid said, oh, I love that place. And yeah, we can also get like some food there and whatever. So I went into this place thinking I'll get them a little gift for their upcoming May birthday, their May 19th. And I was looking around, and the gentleman the barista who served me, I said, what is the least amount of caffeine I can get? And he said, actually, it's an Americano, because it's espresso, but it's diluted. And that's less caffeine than a drip decaf. And that most of the decafs are made with chemicals, and I wouldn't want that anyway. So I said, okay, I'll take the Americano. And I just want a little bit so I can add extra cream. And I was going to be walking back to the Airbnb, which was a few blocks away. So in my head, and I'm just relaxed, I'm feeling great. I just am grateful. Everything always works out for me. Every day is Christmas, and Christmas always works out for me. And I appreciate the way everything is, who everyone is. I mean, this was the state of mind that I was in. So now there's other people being served, and they point me over to where the half and half is. So I go over there, and it's a black shelf, and it's got up above, there's other stuff, but I wasn't looking up above. I was just looking at, half and half. And it was raining, and it was like, I love that. There was a fireplace waiting for me back at the Airbnb, and I love that. I love the mountain feel. And so I poured the half and half in. I mixed in my stevia and my little mushroom powders. Now I'm thinking I have to walk back a few blocks, and I don't want an open cup. Where are the lids? I don't know where the lids are. And I was like, okay, I'll just go ask. So there were 2 baristas, and one was busy talking with someone, and the other one was making stuff and whatever. And so I didn't want to interrupt him. So I was just very patient. And then I watched him. He finished pouring something, and he didn't even look at me. And he walked right over to where I had been standing, and I followed him. And in my mind, I'm just watching him, and I followed him, and he reached up over where the cream was on the second shelf that I didn't even see because everything was black. The lids were black, and that's where the lids were. And he didn't do anything except straighten them. So he went over, he straightened the lids, and he came back, and he made more coffees for people. And I was like, thank you. That's a synchronicity. So then I was shown where they were, and it felt like magic. Does that make sense? When you get a feeling of not to call someone back, or you have to call the insurance company, and you have the phone number, and you feel a resistance in you, I want you to back away. Back away from the phone and put the card down. Because what the thing is that's happening is that you're being given information to listen. If you try to push through that resistant feeling, you're going to create a whole lot of stagnation in the future. And the future could be 5 minutes from now, next week. Now I'm not saying just lie down and eat edibles all day with your feet hanging off the couch with one sock on. I'm saying pay attention to the vibration that is happening within you. And if you get an intuitive feeling of now is not the time, discern now is not the time, because why? It doesn't matter. You're feeling, whether it's because you think they're at lunch and they won't answer your call and you'll have to call again, or you're feeling, I just don't want to. And I'm cranky about it. Then definitely don't. Do not act. Then turn and go do something. Where's the light coming? The light sheds on what you're focused on in this eclipse. So wherever you're focused, that's what's going to grow. That's what grabs your attention. So look for the synchronicities. And when I was flying out to Portland, the times changed. So I get alerts in my phone, and that's cool. And I only use my phone when I travel or to contact my kid or my husband if I'm on the road, or help if I need it. I don't talk on the phone like most people use cell phones. Everything's becoming like it's so small, first of all. Okay. To my eyes, it's like, I need a computer. I'm so happy WhatsApp is on the computer now. Anyway, so I'm getting on the plane and I'm walking down the ramp to get on the plane. And I have a mini suitcase. It's like this big, very cute. And so I'm pulling that and I stop and I think, I'm not rushing. I have no need to rush. I'm not rushing. There's no need to rush. Because you know how people get, and they're like, and this guy like pushes ahead of me and he's going to get off the plane. And, you know, he's got his briefcase and he's looking at his watch. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, sir. So then suddenly we all stop right at the opening of the hatch to get onto the plane. And there's talking, the flight attendants, la, 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 la. And then the ticket agent comes in and blah, 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 blah. And then I'm just hanging out. And I think, oh, I'll have time to go get that egg sandwich that I wanted. And then suddenly the flight attendant turns around and says, all right, we're going to transfer to another plane at another gate. Please head off to A24, please. And I was like, perfect. It's right where the little restaurant was where I wanted to get breakfast, but I didn't want to be late. So I showed up. But anyway, so you see what I mean? It's like synchronicities. It's not like, oh no, I'm going to miss my flight. Or so you want to keep it quiet. You want to keep it level. You want to listen. Intuition is very profoundly quiet. Are you listening? Hey, Priyanka. Sasha, I'm a Scorpio rising. Where is everything occurring? Oh, okay. So if you're a Scorpio rising, wait, let me get there. Hang on a minute. Let me make it bigger. Okay. Well, if you're a Scorpio rising, there's your rising sign. 12, 11, and I'm going to count the houses now. So if you're a Scorpio rising, this would be first house, second house, third house, fourth house. But it also depends on the degree of the house. If you were 29 degrees, this is 8 degrees, 29 minutes. You know, if you were way up there in the degrees, 29 minutes, it could switch houses. But generally speaking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, house 6 in astrology. House 6. Okay. Hope that helps. So, and just like Ricard says, 8th house for Aries. Okay. So, you know, wherever it's falling, this is the information, but let's go beyond the physical. Let's go beyond, let's say 8th house, you know, joint resources. You might be thinking of estate planning, or you might be thinking of, I need to switch insurance. Or you might be thinking, I need to have better sensuality and romance with my spouse. How can we make that happen? right? So there's many definitions of each of the houses, but depending on who you are, you're the one creating the reality. You're the one creating the matter. Okay, so, and we have Bianca is a Capricorn rising and a Taurus moon. So the Taurus Mercury in retrograde on top of the Scorpio, which is opposite Taurus, lunar eclipse is going to greatly affect you. Right? Because here's Taurus. Oh, wait, that would be your moon area, and your rising is Capricorn. Where's Capricorn? So let's say that's your rising. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? Those houses. So that's how you want to see what is the focus and how can you create synchronicities. It's not, people will say to me a lot, and I'll get emails or I'll get in Facebook, I'll get messaged. I've got this, blah, blah, and this long explanation. It's like, if you would like to book a session, I am happy. I'm happy. But in the meantime, when I talk about stuff online, I want you to realize it's not predictive. It is predictive because I can see what you're creating. But when I'm talking generally, it is about the process of opening yourself up to the light of the sun. That is our star. The moon casts a glow on what you're feeling. The sun is like, boom, it's in your face. So what are you making? What's an issue? Someone might say, oh, I keep trying to get my siblings to agree about dad's house. And okay, well, why are you trying to get anybody to do anything? It's not about here's my, wait, okay, hang on. People want answers, right? They want me to tell them this is what it is. But I'm telling you, you can find your own answers once you know the process. If you have trouble, that's why I say, book a session with me. So here are your fingers. People look at this like, I've got a financial issue, I have a health issue, I'm looking at a new job or career, I am dealing with family, I am whatever. But what's the fingers are not separate from the hand, that's not separate from the body attached to the heart and mind. So you narrow focus on one issue. It's good to know what the issue is so you can get clear. And once you know what the issue is, then back away and go general. I learned that 40 years ago from Abraham Hicks and Bartholomew. But Mary Margaret is no longer on planet, so we don't hear from Bartholomew unless somebody else is channeling. You see what I mean? So it's like, if you want to make something happen, you're here to create. What do you want to make? I'm writing historical fiction fantasy books, and now I'm getting down to business. I rewrote the first one that went bestseller 13 years ago. It's no longer available anywhere. I finished the second one. I'm doing the artwork for the covers. I'm on chapter 6 of the third book for Gemini. So it's one soul's epic journey through 12 lifetimes. And at the same time, my husband is helping me to consolidate things so that when I sell my stuff, we can save time in the process. And also, we can make my astrology pro secrets course available more readily to people who want to learn about astrology, whether it's for their own use or to set up a part-time business or a full-time business. So, all right, let me pull a card here for this eclipse. I hope this makes sense. So the synchronicities are such that when you are ready, this card is backwards. When you are ready to be present and own your behavior, we live in a world of attraction. There is no assertion. It sounds like a contradiction when you say, but I get in the car and I move, I'm asserting myself forward. Okay. What I'm talking about is when you are forming matter. When you're forming matter, you want a new job, you want a bonus, you would like to start a side hustle, you want to create jewelry You work 4 days a week for this company, but you want to make a jewelry business on the side. So then you think, well, yeah, I need some business savvy. Well, where do I go? You go to someone who's been there, done that. That's what you do. You go to someone who's been there, done that. And, but then you got to trust your intuition and say, that's a rather aggressive approach. That's not me. Then you find someone else. But it's not about finding, it's about attracting. That's the bridge you're creating. So you can say, universe, higher inner being, I am so grateful. Today's the day to plant the seeds, really. Yesterday, today, tomorrow of this eclipse, 19, 20, 21. Plant the seeds of this eclipse. I would like to expand forward in this area, be specific within my career, regarding my health, for my money, for building a house, for moving abroad, for a vacation. It doesn't have to be lofty. It's anything. I wish there were Faroe Island salmon locally, whatever. Then all you have to do, once you have the thought, your higher inner being says, okay, got it, on it. Now, your job in the meantime, while that seed has taken root and is about to sprout, your job is to stay focused on positive, neutral to positive, neutral to positive. So when someone says or does something and you have a negative reaction, that's natural. Don't want to pretend that it's not happening. You're like, wow, that really pissed me off, or that hurt my feelings. Okay, I value this relationship. I would like to talk to them about that. So I'm going to call. Hey, when's the best time that we can chat? Not, hey, you did this to me. Okay, because the moment you go into a negative spiral that has to do with you being a victim, that thing that you want, it's on hold. Because it's your heart that magnetizes it. The brain sends it out. This is scientifically proven, by the way. Your neurotransmitters, it sends it out through the pineal gland. The rhombohedral crystals are right in the center of your brain. It's a little beacon. It's like a little lighthouse. Sends out, sends out, sends out. Now, if you're ready to allow it to come back, it will come to you. That's what being in sync looks like. So your job in the meantime is to say, okay, that person stepped on my toes or crossed my boundary. That's not okay. So I'm going to let them know I no longer choose to do business with you because your employees were quite rude to me. Now I understand in my mind, I understand the law of attraction will bring to me some part of me. So if someone is rude to me, I am feeling like a victim. I got to clean up my act. So the first thing I do is I set a boundary to the outside world, and then I look in the mirror. It's not about them, ever, 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 ever. They are only a physical manifestation of what's going on in here. Does that make sense? Please say it makes sense. Because if you want something to happen in your world, you need to own it. You need to own what's coming your way or not what's coming your way. So if you're doing business with a company or you go into a supermarket and the cashier is having a bad day, be kind. Be kind. Because your heart and your mind have the ability. The brain expands EMF waves 5 feet in diameter. You drop that thought of, oh, they're having a hard day. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to say something kind. Or I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to trust my gut on this one. And then that drops down into your heart, which resonates 15 feet in diameter. All you have to do is imagine these big circles of love, compassion, and light from your heart, 15 feet in diameter. All you need to do is be in your center, synchronicity, heart, mind, body. It's all spirit. It's all aligned. And then you walk through life, and everybody who's resonating something similar or wanting or needing a little support, they get it, and you don't even have to open your mouth. Do you understand how that works? That's how it works. So then it takes you out of, you didn't call me back. I gave you a present and you didn't give me one. Okay, we're not in 3rd grade. That's 3D reality, folks. Wake up. You have the power. You have the power. You have the power, okay, to do anything you want, cure yourself of illness, create the most amazing relationship. You can't get anybody to do anything. So if you are dictating terms, I know I used to in other relationships out of safety and defense. So does this make sense? Is this making sense? Lucky. Is this about the eclipses? Yes, it is. Happy solar eclipse in Aries, and then upcoming lunar eclipse in Scorpio. That'll be our next talk. No, that'll be 2 talks from now. My next show on the 30th is the oracle reading for the month of May. So please come back and join me. We'll be looking at May. Did I miss what you said about Taurus Moon and Gemini Sun? I don't think I said anything about Taurus Moon and Gemini Sun. I don't think I said anything. Yes, makes sense. Barbie says, I wish I'd heard this a few days ago. Got myself into a sticky situation. Hey, you know what? Once you know that you don't want to be a certain way, isn't that enough? Isn't that enough to go, oh, oops, I took 3 steps backwards. Yeah. I took 3 steps backwards. Now I want to move forward. Now I'd like to move forward. And by the way, if you have, let's just go over here so you can see this. Ronnie said, did I miss what you said about Taurus Moon and Gemini Sun? No, because I wasn't talking about that. But if you've got a Gemini Sun, Venus is in Gemini now, which is an indication that you have magnetism. So that's extra power to manifest. Know your motives, people. Just know your motives. Because when you have, and wait till we get to the summer when I'm going to be doing Venus retrograde readings. These are powerful because the Venus makes a star, sometimes called the lotus, but it's a 5-pointed star. And this is its trajectory. It goes around the sun and makes this star, and it takes 8 years, and it hits the same 5 places in your chart for your entire life. And when you have a Venus, well, we just did a little side thing. I got sidetracked. Okay. And also Ronnie has Venus in Gemini. So your Venus in Gemini. When you have a Venus experience, and Taurus moon is also Venus, right? So then there's double magnetism there. I am powerful. I am the great and powerful Oz. Thank you. So are you. So are you. What the bleep? How long have I been playing with these cards? I'm going to pull one right now. All right. So thank you for being here, folks. Thank you for being. Let's see some more synchronicities. I want to hear about them next week. If you would please focus on what I'm talking about and come back to me with, I needed something. I trusted that it would happen. I trusted it would happen. And I refocused on gratitude, appreciation, and compassion. And then I felt something cranky. I validated myself by saying, oh, you're cranky. It's okay. What do you need? Well, to back away from the resistance, because cranky comes from resistance. And what does resistance look like in a body? I'm tired, but I'm going to do the laundry. I'm done. It's not done. Just back away. It's like, but I have nothing to wear. Okay. Then do a small load, but lie down on the process. But. When the resistance comes, when the resistance shows itself, so does that need to defend your insecurities. You want to champion your limitations like nobody's business, but I can't do it. Because if okay, I've been there. I know. So, but now it's, okay, you're feeling cranky? Just go read a book. Pull some weeds. Plant something. Water something. Take a walk around the block. Drink something healthy. Close your eyes. Meditate. Hum. Use some tuning forks. There are so many methods on this planet. And you don't have to do it for very long, right? You can watch a TikTok. Don't get lost. Because with the expansion of technology, it's a wonderful thing. But also, people get lost, and then your brain capacity goes down. The next thing you know, it's an hour and you're scrolling. This is like the sign of this century. Gen Z, Gen X. I'm a boomer. All right. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. Well, actually, Aries is cardinal, even though, and we can look at the solar eclipse like it is a new moon, literally. So be bold and make the first move and do something for yourself that helps you to feel like I just helped myself in such a way that what I can't see forming is getting closer. Because what I do with neuroplasticity, with brain training, with the meditations that I do, the coherence meditations, before I knew about Joe Dispenza. For 40 years, I've been doing this work. And so I understand the science now behind it, thanks to people like Bruce Lipton, Joe Dispenza, all the energy work that I've been doing for years intuitively, because this is where I get my info from. And then I'll research it. And I remember saying to someone on a phone call once, I was very frustrated. I've been looking about something for lunar eclipses. And he said to me, what's going on? And I go, I can't find this thing. There's got to be something on it. And he said to me, maybe you haven't written it yet. And I was like, dang. So understand that when you are expanding your brain, you are changing patterns. That takes a little while because the resistance to changing that pattern is, no, I eat dinner at 5 o'clock every night. Okay. What about 5:30? What about 4:30? What about 6 o'clock? What about having your main meal at 3 p.m.? Do something, one new thing a day, just to create some stretch in the brain and the neuroplasticity. You want to create that stretch because now it's being validated by science that when you stretch something and you do something outside your comfort zone, you will resist immediately. Nope. No, it's not done that way. No, there aren't any taxis in this town. There's only Uber and there's only one. Okay, my gut says there are taxis, or that there is. So it's like, if you're so set on one way of being, you're not going to feel or see what is possible. Who moved my cheese? I think it was Robert Johnson. Oh, I can relate. You are powerful. Got it. My Venus is in Gemini. Yes, I did. Ha ha ha. Okay, I'm just reading the comments. Does that make sense? Do you understand? All right. Oh, okay. If Beautifica is in your city, go see it. I think it costs like, I don't know, $12 or $20. Beautifica. It's around the country. Sit in the back. Don't sit in the front or the middle. And bring a pillow and a jacket because it's cold in there. Beautifica. It's done by an artist. You'll see. Go look it up online. It's amazing. And that's going to stretch your brain. That's going to help you see the kaleidoscope of possibilities through art, through motion, through music. It's beautiful. That'll help you. Maybe that could be your experience. And I always like to look at in a retrograde, what comes back. The Mercury in retrograde, we talked about it again. I'm just going to close with this. When something comes back, it's because a part of you is resonating, a frequency that brings it back. That's all. That's it. Right? So then you ask, am I done with you? Am I done with that book, that piece of paper, that person from high school? Am I done? Am I done with you? If not, I'm going to reconnect. I'm going to renegotiate terms. It's like insurance policy might be coming up and you might say, oh, yeah, wow, it jumped up in price because I got older. Well, let me research what else is out there. Let me see what else is out there. And then also you're thinking, I'm bringing to me, I now attract to me what is beneficial. Because my life is easy and it's getting easier every day, every moment. Because I am pure conscious love. I am an extension of light. So are you. I am an eternal, sentient, celestial being. And so are you. I'm not this small little, biological creature that is struggling to find shoes in the back of the closet. No more. No more. You don't have to be that. Stand up. Take a breath. Take care of your biology. And then plant one seed of an intention. And then watch what happens in the next 6 months toward the next set of eclipses in October. All right, folks? As always, I'm going to pull one more card. Wait a minute. I was about to close, but I can talk, can I? Blah, blah, blah. All right, do I want to do these cards? Yeah. I'm going to do the Starseed Oracle. Now, next week, we're doing the official Oracle reading. So come up with your questions. And we'll have three choices for you, whether it's a deck or I might even I haven't done runes lately. And I'm in my third book. I'm in the 9th century in Ireland and Scotland. And so I will be writing about runes more and more as I use them more and more. So I might do runes next week. I also have like the little astro dice. I might do those too. All right. So let's just close right now with this idea that you're repeating after me. I choose to be in the now, to align body, mind, spirit, to facilitate synchronicities, which is my proof, my validation that I am supported in every moment in this vast, ever-changing, and beautiful universe. All right, let me just mix up the cards. Yeah. Come back to me next week, and I want you to give me your synchronicities. You meditated, you relaxed about something, and suddenly it popped up in the mail, in an email. A person at the supermarket just leaned over and said, hey, they have that thing on sale. And you were like, I was looking for that thing. I'm so excited. It feels magical. Let me tell you, that's when you collapse time and space and you bring it to you. Because this is a world of magnetism. 2 cards. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, wait a minute. I'm going to pull one more. You're welcome. All right. The first card is the Cosmic Heart. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. What are we talking about? I am a celestial, eternal, sentient being, pure conscious love. I'm an extension of the light. I exist here, now, everywhere. That's been my motto for over 40 years when I started to have my experiences and my awakening. You're made of stars. What were you thinking? Okay, now this one came out. Wait, it's not time yet. Things are being woven. Wait, oopsie. I love that. Just be present. Just be present. Be devoted. Be kind. Be compassionate. Feel your feelings. Acknowledge the moment. Okay, I'm cranky. What do I need? I need food. I need water. I need to lie down. I need to stop thinking. I need to get off my phone. I need to stop watching horrible things on the news. What about we just calm it down, watch some comedy. Leanne Morgan, we've been watching her for years. We're so happy and proud of her. She's made it. She's on Netflix. She's hysterical. I'm Every Woman, Leanne Morgan. Go give it a look. It's her time. And it's your time too, to do whatever you want and to make it happen. But be patient. Make sense? All right, folks. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being. As always, I wish you peace. And I'll see you next week. Come back with your synchronicities. And also, we're doing an oracle reading next week. It's the last day of the month. All right. Stay frosty.